Oh, g'day! I'm just giving Big Red the once-over before we hit the Coffs coast. If you want to see how far you can go with 33-inch tyres and just a few mods, then stick around. This is going to be good.
Looking for a mad deal on the gear that you're chasing? Like this awning, I've got you covered. Keep an eye out throughout this video for an exclusive discount code and get 10% off store-wide for all 4-Drive Supacentre YouTube subscribers. And as always, enjoy this adventure because this is an epic trip.
Hey Sean, get a load of this rain, mate. This is insane.
Oh, you're not wrong there, Ruthie.
It's going to be a lot of fun playing on the clay in the back hills here, I can tell you.
Mate, it's going to make it pretty challenging if you ask me.
Challenging is not the word. Ridiculous is the word. It'll be fun.
Mate, it's going to be a ball.
Here's the big banana anyway, mate, so we're out of Coffs and looking forward to Woolly.
Tell you what, Coffs should probably have the big four-wheel drive instead of the big banana.
I reckon it should too, yeah, exactly. Couple of big 38-foot tall wheels.
Hey John, I've got this great little float pass just up here, mate.
That'll be right. No worries. Yeah, let's take it, eh? It's a bit more adventurous than the freeway.
Well, that's the plan, mate. It should, it might not be quicker, but it'll be a hell of a lot funner.
Very good, mate. Let's go. You gotta love Sean's shortcuts. Just adds a few hours into the day. Be good value, though. Any chance Sean's got to go bush, he's into it. That's what I love about the guy. And that's why we made him editor too. That and a big dose of common sense, I guess. He's a good bloke, our Sean. He loves his four-wheel driving, though. We could have taken the easy way, but oh no, here we go. Oh, this is good. And the further we drive this track, the worse it's getting. Huge erosion gullies, and the regrowth is just insane. It's coming in all over the sides of the vehicles. But that's all right. That's what we're here for. Have lots of fun. Hey, Sean, you're a crazy bastard. You really are, mate. This is insane. And so we're going to take his shortcut, you know, and head over to Commando Dave's. There's so many tracks around here, and I just know Sean, he cannot resist taking the roughest one around.
It's good, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, I'm loving it. It's just kind of like the Princess Highway used to be, about 1856.
Mate, this is a wild track. It's actually a lot more wild than I ever remembered too.
I think there used to be a road here once.
Well, I was told there was.
I'm going to need both hands on the wheel to get through here. Oh, wow. So much for the shortcut. This is not really the M1, I can tell you that. Fantastic. You should see the drop-offs over on this side. They're insane. And of course, no one's been up here because it's raining, and this is not a great place to be when it's raining. We're here though. Good on you, Sean. What a way to start a trip. Straight into the action. No mucking around. Turn off the highway. Bingo. Holy dooly, I've been clobbered by a tree.
This is pretty slippery.
Pretty slippery, he says. Ah! This is insane. There's nothing like working with a bunch of maniacs, I tell you. Eventually we popped back out on the tar, just around the corner from my mate Commando Dave's. Hey Sean, this is Commando Dave's place here on the left, mate.
Have a look at that.
It's an original, so's Dave, watch out. This is one of the oldest houses on the whole highway. And Dave, who makes rough bush timber furniture, well, he's a real character too.
Is he home?
Hey! Rudy! Dave and his family, they're all four-wheel drive nuts. Diane, the wife, likes to come bush too when it's not too bad. And of course the boys, well, they've got monster trucks of their own. But Melissa, who's still in school, is going to come on this trip with us as a work experience trip. You know why? Because she wants to get into filming further on. Well, if she survives this, she'll be able to do just about anything, I reckon. Coffs Harbour is an absolute mecca for four-wheel driving. From the beach to the bush, this place has just got it all. You know, you can just take a stroll up almost any road around Coffs Harbour and sooner or later you'll find it ending at the end of a banana farm and going into the state forest.
Hey Dave, I hear you got some good hills in mind, mate.
There's one not too far ahead of us, mate. You'll love it.
Beautiful.
What do you think of that, Ruthie?
Whoa, that's not a hill, it's an erosion gully.
"20 minutes north of town, we hit Commando's, one of the favourite tracks with the locals. But is it really drivable with vehicles with only a couple of inches of lift and 33s? It's a very rough track. I've done this before, but that was in the dry. In the wet, it's going to be a killer. It's a cracker. Come on, let's go and air down and get into it, eh?
Yeah, good.
Looks like fun. This is Commando. It's the worst I've ever seen it. It's a gruesome hill on a good day, and now it's wet. Now, obviously, we're talking winch, suspension, tyres, lockers, before you even look at a hill like this. But the crucial thing is bar work, sill protection, sliders all the way around, back and front too, in case you rumble down and hit a tree. Red's got plenty of bar work, and we're going to give it a test on this hill. But before I have a go, Sean's going to give it a crack, and he's 60. I'll be watching closely.
Well, I'm a little bit apprehensive, I've got to be honest. I haven't had this truck for very long and I haven't driven tough tracks like this in it yet. But we'll see what happens, eh?
You know, even with the bar work and the lockers, we're still not stepping too far outside the realms of the family truck here, are we? These aren't exactly monster trucks, just monster tracks.
Is that on the side or just hard up against that rut?
This wheel here is right down in the ditch, so you're not going to be able to climb up it without twisting the back. Your only chance will be to straighten the steering up. Yeah, that's good. Left hand down. Go that way more. You need that tyre to push it against the bank. Yep, that's good, mate. That's good. More. Righto, you're digging dirt. He's resting on the flank of the car there, and no more traction, back or forwards. It's going to do panel damage. Our first try will be to stick something under this wheel that he can climb up on and get that side off, then we'll work it out from there. Sean's 60 is about as straight as they come, and we really don't want to ding it up. It's bloody dangerous.
Yeah.
Fair dinkum. I'm not really sure what to do here, Sean, to be honest with you.
I'm just thinking, I don't want to do panel damage if I don't need to.
Well, I don't... See, the problem is if we drag it out this way, which would do least panel damage, then you've still got to go back.
I'm thinking, if you see that big tree there?
Yes, double up
Yeah.
and pull through there. Me too. I'm trying to slide the arse up here a
Yeah.
bit. The best thing we've got in our favour here is that the banks are that soft from all the rain, but so far, Sean's truck looks like it hasn't sustained any damage at all. Now, it should have been easy to get Red into position, but of course I had to go and drive straight over that stick, didn't I? And the stick turned out to be a tree. Well, that's the way it goes in Coffs Harbour. I'm sorry about that, mate. I usually just point and shoot in Big Red. I wasn't even thinking. I thought that was a twig. Hey, recovery before the recovery. Plan is to put a bit of tension on that log and drive backwards over it. And with a bit of luck, that'll work. But you're going to have to spot me on this all the way.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I might do it at a distance if that's all right.
I'd be really glad if you did. There shouldn't be anyone in the arc of this tree because it's a green one. It could go boing in a big way.
Yeah, copy that, mate. Yeah, the truck's moving. It's going like planned so far, mate. Just tie up on that pumpkin, mate. You might just pull it a little bit more. There you go, it's nothing.
theory, we can focus on getting Sean's truck out of here without doing too much damage to it. That was just plain stupid on my behalf. Point and shoot, that's my theory with Big Red. Doesn't always work. Here we go. Now really, this whole DVD is about showing you how far you can go with just a small lift and some decent tyres, but we don't want to show you how much damage you can do. We all know how much damage can be done out here in the bush. Righto, Sean, you on radio?
Yeah, mate, loud and clear.
Righto, just gently easing up.
Got radio, Dave?
Yeah, mate, it's looking good.
That looks good to me from here. How do you feel, Sean?
Yeah, it feels actually a little bit more stable.
I think it's actually flattening out a bit.
Yeah, it is, mate.
I think we'll keep going. Dave, are you happy to keep going for a bit?
I'm concerned the front's going to drop into the same hole the back just come out of.
Okay, so what do you reckon? Take the winch off and drive out?
Yeah, I reckon that, mate.
Right, it's your car, it's your call.
So what about I lock the hub this go?
Yeah, go on, lock the hub. Put it in low range, Sean. Almost on the plastic. But if you go back... At least here the bank is so soft from the rain that Sean's truck's fairly much protected. The only panel damage he's done so far is the side steps. We'll just have to keep it that way. That's good, mate. Done good, mate.
Which panel beating was Sean?
That's not bad. It's only the side step. It could have been the whole quarter panel or something a lot worse. Well, here we go. This is going to be fun. Interesting anyway. Very, very soft by the look of it. You know, it doesn't matter how many times I do this stuff, this is when the adrenaline starts pumping. And it's a great feeling. I think the best tip for this sort of track is not to bother. But Sean had a go, so I'm going to have a go too. Probably won't go too far. Now the bar work on red means I don't have to take it quite as easy on that first bit. I can afford to bounce a little bit off the sides. And it was that extra momentum that got me past Sean's stop and into my own sort of hell. Hanging hell. Holy cow! Righto, I don't know if you heard all the noise there. I sure did. Something's about to go sprawling up the front here. It's about to rain. I might give it a bit more of a go. That's it! Sean's calling, bloody superb. Because he's done it, because he's experienced, he knows what he's on about. And that's what you need. Earning me pay today. That was good. What an effort.
All right.
Yes! What a beauty! Oh, mate, that was great. Oh, I love that.
Well done,
Thanks, Dave.
excellent.
That was awesome, mate.
Yeah.
You know, local knowledge had it sussed. Dave took one look at it and said, no way, it's too wet. But we're four-wheel drive action. We had to have a go. Didn't get very far, but we had to have a go, eh, Sean?
That's it, mate.
Oh, gee, that was fun. I'm still buzzing.
That's good, mate. I didn't think you'd get that far.
Come on, let's go to the pub. I mean, let's go find another track.
Get more for less at 4-Wheel Drive Supacentre with incredible deals on Adventure King's camping and outdoor gear. Take your camping experience to the next level with the amazing Grand Tourer Mark III aluminium rooftop tent, the rooftop tent that practically sets itself up. King's portable gazebos are built ultra strong with a tough steel frame, are easy to set up even by yourself and are available in multiple sizes for the campsite or the job site. The incredible new 270-degree freestanding awning can be set up in just 40 seconds and wraps around the side and the back of your car for incredible amounts of shelter. Hit the water on a King's inflatable stand-up paddleboard for an insane amount of fun at the beach, the river or the dam. But warning, it's highly addictive. Plus there's fridges, solar panels and more to make every adventure incredible. At 4-Wheel Drive Supacentre, you get more for less.
Oh wow, the driving around is just fantastic, isn't it? I mean, even this chicken track tested the boys out, especially climbing up it. But doesn't matter because next stop is Pebbly Beach, where we'll camp for the night. I can't wait, it's one of my family's favourite spots. I reckon you'll like it too. But before we get up to Pebbly, Dave's got a bit of a shortcut to take, hasn't he? Boy, what a mess. How deep's that? What's up? Sometimes you find yourself wondering what you're doing, I can tell you. We're going to hit this and it's just going to go, I reckon. Dave's taken us down another one of his Butte shortcuts. I love it. And we've got one choice. We've got two choices, but the big choice is to get through this and we'll get to Pebbly Beach. Or we don't get through this and we do a huge backtrack around to get to Pebbly Beach. So it's horrible, it's soft, it's slimy, we're sinking into it. It's probably totally impossible, but we're four-wheel drive action, so we're going to give it a go. Smooth. Come on, you wet, horrible, stinky dog. Come on. Oh. Mate, if I'm going down with the ship, so are you. As far as preparation goes, all I've done is spray everything under the bonnet with a bit of lanolin. Let's hope it works. Amazing. Motor's still going, eh? Now, lanolin worked. If I can get through, you blokes can. This next section.
Yeah.
You know how far she goes?
Oh, probably another 80 metres.
80 metres?
I'd guess, yeah, 80 metres, yeah.
It's got to be a whole lot better than...
I couldn't imagine it being a lot worse after seeing that angle then.
That was a good angle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Local knowledge means that Dave knows he hasn't been bogged up this end. I figure I've just got to give it a go. No one's been through here for a while, but by crikey, the old boat loves this sort of stuff. Go the red truck! It looks like it goes for another 100 metres past here at least. That wasn't too bad though, that was better than that first bit.
Pretty much the same. Where he did that big dip, I'm going to go further to the right, hoping that the road's the classic wheel track shape and I ride in the centre of it for me. Driver's side. Wish me luck.
There's a lot of risk here with Dave's truck because it's actually worth a buck. Nice, pretty panels. No dings yet. Come on, mate, you can do it. I'll even take a photo of your truck while it's still straight if you want.
What do you reckon, Mel? You don't end up in that big hole of Ruthie when you do.
Probably.
Mel's got complete confidence in her old man. Dave steers around the deep pit beautifully, manages to keep the truck on a much sweeter angle, and he pulls up no problems at all.
That was deep.
It really was.
Well, mate, I've seen the other blokes go through, so I reckon I'm going to go follow the same line and lots of right foot and hope for the best. That's all you can do.
And as Sean knows, he's the third truck, which means the bottom of this pond is already stirred right up. The mud is nice and gooey, there's plenty of stick happening. Whoa.
Lots of right foot.
Steer that 60, mate. But he picks the best line of the lot of us through that deep section, having watched us, I guess. And then he's off to a great start. Plenty of revs on the diesel, and pretty soon the 60s popped up like a yellow submarine. Good on you, mate. Well done. Good drive. Too easy, mate.
Have a go with that.
Is that fun?
That was a load of fun, mate.
It looked bloody good, mate. We saw both headlights, and then 1 minute only one headlight. That was awesome. Pretty soon we're back on the track and heading over to Pebbly Beach. You know you're only going to meet good people after the four-wheel drive only sign, don't you? The country around Pebbly Beach is just magnificent, isn't it? Oh wow, doesn't get any better than this, Dave. This is awesome.
It's all right, no, they're fishing either.
Is that right? You been here before, Sean?
Yeah, mate, it's a cracker of a place, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Got to say, it's one of my favourite on the East Coast, actually.
Yep, I can understand why, mate. This is magnificent. And it's not long before we've hopped out onto Station Creek Beach. It's beautiful over here, it really is. Almost as nice as Queensland. Before you do get there, of course, you've got to cross the river. Now, the locals always take it easy here. The bottom's hard enough as it is, and if you swing a little bit towards the beach, it's shallower still. And there's no reason to stir it up. They all want to keep on coming here. They don't want to see it damaged and shut down. So we all take it easy around here. Not that you can do an awful lot to hurt an environment like this, can you? Wow, it is wild. Mother Nature in her own out here. You want to know a little secret? Pebbly Beach here is one of my family's favourite camping spots. We've come here quite a bit, me and the wife and the kids. So might see you here someday, eh? A lot of New South Wales people reckon Pebbly Beach is their equivalent of Fraser Island. Well, being a Queenslander, I'm not quite prepared to admit that, but I am prepared to tell you that it's beautiful. Pebbly Beach is a national park, so poor old Jack's going to have to miss out. I'll keep him in the truck just to have a quick look around, but then I'm going to have to take him back to Dave's place to camp for the night. Ah, well, them's the rules. Good on you, Jacko. You don't mind that much, do you? Probably get a bit of horse for dinner if you're lucky. This is going to be a great place to stop for the night. And it's another perfect morning as Sean decides to go spearfishing. Now, this is something he does a lot of around the coast for relaxation and whatnot. I don't know, mate, you wouldn't catch me in me black undies jumping into with all those Noahs around, that's for sure. But anyway, maybe if they saw me in my black undies, they might be frightened and stay away. Boy, that's a big hook. You're looking for sharks.
Okay, I'm here with John Featherston. John's the editor of Spearfishing Down Under magazine, and he's a great mate of mine. We're up in Coffs Harbour, and I couldn't pass the opportunity to ring him up and see he was keen for a dive. And it didn't take much convincing, did it, mate?
Certainly not.
So, John, how deep are we diving today, mate?
We'll be in about 12 to 15 metres where we are here, and yeah, that's the bait looks like it's coming up to about 10 metres.
12 to 15 metres, and that's all on breath, isn't it, mate?
It certainly is. So all the diving we'll be doing today will be done on single breath of air. So we'll be breathing up on the surface, holding our breath, diving down to as deep as we need to go to chase the fish.
Nothing gets your heart racing like jumping into the water a couple of kilometres out at sea. Especially when you can't see the bottom, you never know what's going to swim past. We'd only been in the water for 5 minutes. I was too busy dealing with stingers to notice a couple of nice fish swim past. John straight onto it and nails a beaut mackerel. John dispatches the fish and bleeds it straight away, so its eating qualities are better. I hope all that blood doesn't attract any toothy critters of the shark variety. It wasn't until we got back to shore that John tells me this is the same reef where his brother had a close call with a great white shark 2 years ago. This is the sort of place where anything can swim past. After John took his fish to the boat, it was my turn to get in on the action. My heart was racing, I was pumped. When I saw a mackerel, I remembered what John had said about spearfishing offshore. When you think you're close enough, get closer. Well, I got pretty close, and I let the spear fly. I was on. Jeez, these fish are so powerful. At one stage, it felt like I was getting a free ride to New Zealand. Eventually, with a hand around its tail, I knew I'd landed a great fish. Being my first Spanish mackerel, I was stoked.
Well done.
The Spanish mackerel through and through.
His tail.
Oh, what a dive. There's nothing better than coming out with a great bunch of blokes and doing some spearfishing. And to even catch a couple of fish, well, that's just an added bonus, isn't it? I don't reckon this day could get any better. Unless, of course, we went and did some full driving.
And pretty soon Sean's back with us and we're leaving Pebbly Beach and heading up for Glenugi Peak. Now, Glenugi Peak's a well-known Coffs Harbour landmark, mostly because you can see it all the way up and down the coast. It's an awesome place to go for a climb too.
Hey Sean, I heard you speared some fish this morning, mate.
Yeah, mate, I got a bit lucky. We're not going to go hungry tonight, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, excellent. I look forward to that. I reckon whatever it is, I can massacre it. Good on you.
Nah, it should be good, mate.
Glenugi Peak is easily seen just about from Grafton, to be honest. It's on the left-hand side of the highway as you're heading south, or the right-hand side as you're heading north. Just past the halfway garage. You're not going to miss it. It sort of looks like an old volcano in the mist. Guess what? That's exactly what it is. It's so overgrown around Glenugi, it really is. Hard rocks, overgrown tracks. Makes for some awesome four-wheel driving, and you never know what you're going to expect here. There's no big tricks with tracks like this. You let the tyres down, of course. You want them to soak up the rocks rather than bounce over the top. And you want to be looking at the track, working out where it's going. But apart from that, well, keep your window up and you won't get your face whipped by all the lantana. I guess that's about it, really. Sean's bringing up the rear, so he's got the toughest job of the lot of us. But that 60's handling it beautifully, to be honest. It's a good truck, that one.
Easy from here on, John. It's Wordsworth behind us.
I'm glad you said that because I'm stuck.
What's happening back there, Sean? Can you see what's going on?
Yeah, but she's crossing up pretty hard.
Roger. We're going to try going a bit left and getting some boost.
Jump on the left-hand line a little bit. She'll walk up.
He's right. Walking up, yeah. Right up the top of Glenugi Peak is the old fire monitoring tower. Now this one really is old and Mother Nature's just about claimed it back. There's bolts missing and plenty of planks missing too. You can still climb it. I mean, if it'll take my weight, then most of your club should be pretty right. But just watch it, okay? Because every time I've seen this, it's got a little bit weaker. Even Jack's not real sure on how to handle this one. Go on, mate, up you come. Wow, the view from up here just goes forever, doesn't it? You can see all the Coffs region. You can almost see all the way up to Grafton. Oh, by crikey. My problem is though, country like this, I can just about smell the trace. I know there's been gold mines all around the back hills here. At one stage there was over 300 mines operating just behind Coffs Harbour. Well, it's time to push on and set up camp for the night. Dave knows this beaut campsite down by the river, and I can't wait to do something with that fish Sean caught this morning, whatever it is. Pretty soon we're nestled in on the edge of the creek and setting up camp. Jack standing guard over the fire, as usual, can't let those sparks get away. Doesn't take a lot to make us happy. Around Coffs Harbour you get plenty of everything. Sean caught some fish today and I want to have a crack at some fish frittatas. Hey mate, have you got... Oh yeah? Excellent.
Here we go, have a look at this.
Yep, you knock it up. What have you done to it?
I've just cut it up like you said, put a bit of cracked pepper.
Bit of cracked pepper?
Bob's your uncle.
Okay, good old Uncle Bob. Now, this starts out very easy. I'm just going to grate up some spud. I've already grated a fair bit in here, but the trick to it is you want to get the moisture out of it, and the way to do that is like this. Try and get most of the spud under control and inside a wrapper, and then you just give it a big squeeze. And when you feel the moisture starting to come out, see? Moisture in potato is going to be your killer if you're using it in a risole or a frittata or something like this. I'll add the fish. Beautiful. I'll add a little bit of curry powder. Not too much, that's probably about a teaspoon's worth, I guess. Some honey. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. He's making this up as he goes. You're right. And some salt. I'm going to put some corn flour in. Not too much, probably about that much, which is probably about 2 tablespoons worth. And then finally, crack an egg into it. 1 egg? No, 2 eggs, just to make sure. There we go. Now you really know I'm guessing, don't you? That's all right. And we need that to go into a nice mushy mix, which won't be that hard given the ingredients that are in it. And there we go, we've got a fish frittata, fish fritters. This is sesame oil, pure sesame oil, just because I like the taste of it. And then some butter. Okay, here we go. Bit of frittata mix into the pan. Just flatten that out so it looks a bit like a frittata. Now while that's zapping away there, frying away, I'll just get a quick salad ready. There we go. A little bit of salad. Came with some noodles. Ah, how cool is that? A couple of noodles. Time to flip the frittata. And there you go. Look at that, a beautiful golden brown fish frittata. I'm going to do a special spiral on top of the frittata. Where are you, mate? Oh, you got me a beer.
I'll stop you, mate.
Yeah, go on, give this a try. It's probably hot.
Not bad.
Not bad?
Must be hungry.
There you go. Fish fritters, dead easy. Knock them up in a couple of minutes. Do you want the bucket now, Sean?
Get more for less at 4-Wheel Drive Supacentre with insane deals on King's DIY storage and 12-volt gear to build your dream 4-wheel drive. Whether it's an inverter you need to run 240-volt gear on the job site or the campsite, a battery box or a 12-volt control box to easily access your power, King's 12-volt DIY gear is what you need to take your 12-volt setup to the next level. Need a battery? King's has you covered with a full range of AGM, slimline and lithium batteries in sizes ranging from 98 amp hour to 200 amp hour. All built with ultra high quality components to go the distance. And of course you just can't beat King's solar panels and blankets to silently charge your batteries anytime the sun's out. At 4-Wheel Drive Supacentre, you get more for less.
Today we got a nice surprise. Dave's brought along his mate Sando to show us the banana track. Now, I've known Sando for a long time. Years ago, his family used to run the bakery down in Walgoogla, and he's a very well-known guy. As a kid, he bounced all over these hills on his trail bike, and he knows them so well that it's no surprise when Sando got stuck into foreviewing, he went straight to the top rung. Sando's very quietly spoken, but by crikey, he's one of the sharpest drivers I've seen in action, and he really knows his own country. Geez, you sure can pick 'em, Sando. What's this, mate? The M1 to the airport or something?
Yeah, Coffs Harbour store.
You always know when Sando's in front, because everything turns really quickly. We're going to head up and check out this rutted out thing they call the banana track. Ooh, should be fun. Ouch, that was a horrible noise. I've got a feeling that something's loose in the driving column. And the only thing I can think of is the flexible coupling. But at this stage, I just don't want to think about it. I'll just have to hang in and hope nothing happens for a while. They're pretty tough, these old Toyotas.
I made that look a bit harder than it needed to be.
Oh, too right, mate. That was quite awesome, wasn't it?
It was a good little run.
You know, every now and then in Coffs Harbour, you just pop out of the jungle and there it is. You're right on top of a banana farm somewhere and the beach is in the background. What an amazing place to go four-wheel driving. I'm glad Sando knows his way around here because I'm lost. Come and have a look, I'll show you. Okay, this is the steering column. At the bottom of the steering column, this is the flexible coupling it's called, which is to take the movement from the body, between the body and the chassis, allow for that in the steering assembly, okay? And what's happening is the body's moving around on its mounts, which as Sando will tell you is the sign of a real four-wheel drive. And this coupling has given up the ghost. The body's actually shifted a fair way. Coupling's about ready to go sprawing. The safety pins are already out. Have a look. Just right hand down, Sean. See that one there? It's about ready to go sprawing. That's the safety, and look, it's right out. It's lodged right out. Hopefully, what we can do with this is get it back on the flat, locate everything again, punch the steering column down when it's all loose, tighten it up. Maybe a couple of bits of bamboo, some wire, tape. Steering's optional.
The brake.
Big lever.
Lever.
Pull it out as much
As far
as
as
we
we
can.
can get as much as we can back behind it.
And I think, I don't know, but I think we might have to pack it with wood. I think we might have to carve some wooden wedges.
Tomahawk.
You got a tomahawk? No? I've got a beaut little bloody knife with a saw on it.
Yep.
I suppose we just want to make sure the grain's going this way, don't we, really?
Yeah.
So it doesn't split up.
Yeah.
What we need to do now is to push the steering column down, and it's located by the bearing at the bottom of the shaft. So to do that, we've got to use wood as spacers between the bearing holding bracket and the firewall. It'd be great if you had all the mud guards off and heaps of room, but we don't, so. And you should see the way I've fixed the holes in the Titanic. Just like that, really. You know, this is about as rough as bush repairs get. As soon as you start carving up bits of wood to fix a truck, well, you know you're doing it the tough way, you really are. I can't believe I've been driving around on this. But Henry Ford used a lot of wood, you know, in the Model T, so it can't be that bad, right, can it? Okay, we've spaced it out about quarter of an inch, whatever that is in metric, and now we're going to push the steering wheel down to push the whole column down, tighten it up from underneath the dash with a piece of rubber underneath it, and then we're going to cross our fingers and continue. Thanks guys, you'll know it hasn't worked if I go sailing over the edge. Righto, we'll test the new modified steering. I'm going to know if this is going to work almost as soon as the truck gets crossed up. Feels really good at the moment.
How's that steering feel, Ruthie?
Yeah, well so far it feels pretty good, Sean. It feels great actually, but I won't know till it's all crossed up. Looks like we don't have long to wait.
Yeah, that'll be right.
Well, all I need to do with this truck is get up the top of this track so that we can get it on the back of someone else's truck. Get it over to Dave's and sort it out before tomorrow. Hang on, Sean. Dave's. I think that's just lack of traction, Dave, on your behalf.
Yeah, it's slippery up there.
Yeah, I was just watching the tyres, they're just spinning on it. Oh, look at that. He cracked it, found the line and cracked it. Bit of rear locker with a bit of front locker. We're almost at the end of Banana Trail. If I can get the red truck over this really nasty section, then we can stick it on a tilt tray and get it back to Dave's workshop so it doesn't have to be driven on the roads with that dicky steering. But that's a big if, because even the first part's tough, second part's tough, and the last part's got a 2-foot step on it. So that's why we're here. This is going to be great. That ain't a drive. That looked like a little fella from down there. This is where the adventure begins. Holy God.
I don't even know if I got the approach angle there.
Look at that. That's dead vertical up to there. I haven't got real long legs, but that's still higher than the bumper bar on my truck. Okay? And it's higher than the bar on Sean's truck.
I don't think she's going to drive it in the first go, but
Well,
take its time.
there's only two lines on this. Hard right, which looks easier, and this thing here that looks treacherous, which is one wheel here and one wheel there. That means the truck's going to be almost on its arse, and you've still got to clear this lump here with a big hole in the middle just to make it exciting. I'll see what Sando does first. Sando made that look easy, and if nothing else it shows what 35-inch tyres with double lockers on a buggy in this sort of terrain can do. Red's pumping up there on 31s. We'll see what happens. Ground floor, ladies' underwear. There's not a lot of tactics involved in my approach. Just trying to pick a path with a bit of traction and give it some so that I can get there. Come on! You can do it! Come on! Go! You little beauty! Whoa, that's a big hole. There's only one way up and over the top of this, and that's to go up and over using the side. That's the line, John. Just don't have to go.
I reckon he's pushing right uphill, literally.
I never thought it'd do that. That was unbelievable. Now I'm well and truly stuck. I don't care. Oh, Jack's just upset because he's not in there. Oh, now we're in trouble. I love big truck. And it was somewhere about here. Just as the diffs hit the hump, the Red decided she didn't want that front CV anymore. Poor old girl. Left-hand side shot. And there's something a bit dicky happening up the rear too.
Mate, are we going to go double line or straight on?
Mate, we'll try straight on. It's a 12-ton winch. Should give us a go. Give it a workout. I'm so pissed off, you know, I've lost something up the front left hand here. If it hadn't been for that, I reckon a couple of goes could have driven this. Straight pull up an incline like this, oh, I reckon there's probably 4 tons hanging off the end of it then. Let's see if I can drive it, Sean. Righto! Well, I think, look, it's going to rain any minute. I just don't want to see you wreck that 60, mate, because fair income, that's going to do it. It's just busted my truck. Your call.
I might go sit in the driver's seat and see what she says.
Well, that's why Sean's editor. He's sensible. Pretty soon he's decided he's not going to do this track because it is going to wreck his truck. It's already wrecked Red. Oh well. I just hope it's smooth sailing all the way to the freeway. Well, we're not going to be able to cross that one. It's flowing way too fast. There's a big volume of water there. The locals reckon it's a fun ride down anyway. What do you reckon, Jack? That's mutiny, dog. That's mutiny. Come on up to the Nimboida Canoe Centre. For a few bucks, you can hire a helmet and a jacket and a tube, and off you go, down the rapids. I tell you what, it's beautiful camping here too. There's over 100 acres of riverside camping. Lovely grass and cabins. If you need the cabins, that is, and you often do down here because it's raining a fair bit. And not only that, they've got barbecues, sheltered cooking areas, and some of the nicest campsites you've ever seen down by the edge of the river. Oh wow, what a magnificent view. You know, Coffs Harbour has got so much to offer us four-wheel drivers, and the best thing about it is you don't need a monster truck, you can do it with the family rig. Righto guys, see you out there on the track sometime, eh?
Forget building your own set of storage drawers or paying well over $1,000 for a set elsewhere, and get your hands on a set of incredibly tough and unbeatable value for money Titan storage drawers. Our entire range of Titan storage drawers have been built to handle just about anything you can throw at them. All models of Titan double drawers come with an included built-in fridge slide on the left-hand side, saving you up to $200 compared to some other brands that charge extra for a fridge slide. Each drawer top also has these heavy-duty spring-loaded tie-down points to secure your gear on even the most corrugated roads. We've put them through their paces like none other. We've jumped on them, overloaded them with bricks, chucked an engine on the drawers at full extension, absolutely flooded them and used them off-road year after year to prove just how tough they are. The Titan 900 single drawer is perfect for those who have limited space to install a storage drawer. It has internal dimensions of 430mm wide, 790mm long, and 190mm deep. The Titan 900 double drawer setup is ideal for smaller wagons like Prados, Pajeros, and SUVs, with the internal dimensions identical to the 900 single drawer on each side. The Titan 1300 ute drawers are made specifically for vans and utes. The internal dimensions are 1200mm long, 430mm wide, and 150mm high. The 1300mm single drawers are also a cracking addition to the back of vans and utes. The internal dimensions are the same as the double 1300 drawers, but have an extra 40mm of depth, making them 190mm deep. And finally, for the bigger wagons like Land Cruisers and Patrols, the double 1070 storage drawers have internal dimensions of 880mm long, 470mm wide, and 180mm of depth. They come 95% pre-assembled, and all you need to install them is a couple of basic hand tools and a couple of hours on a lazy Sunday arvo. You can also add optional wing kits, both model specific and DIY, so you can finish off the back of your four-wheel drive and have plenty of storage available for your next adventure. Take your setup to the next level with the incredibly tough and unbeatable value for money Titan storage drawers.
If you're after a next level 12 volt upgrade for your vehicle or your next camping trip, then check this out. The Adventure King's 120 amp hour lithium battery. This uses high capacity, brand new grade A lithium iron phosphate cells capable of thousands of cycles. It's paired with a high quality BMS able to output up to 160 amps of current. The future of 12 volt setups is here. Lithium batteries are super lightweight and still have heaps of power capacity. In fact, this battery weighs just over 15 kilos. That's about half as much as a similar capacity AGM. But that's not all. Lithium batteries have the ability to use their entire capacity from 100 to 0% and still have an incredibly long life. The reason Adventure King's lithium batteries are so good is because they use lithium iron phosphate chemistry. That means if you're using the entire 120 amp hours of capacity in this battery every day, it would still last almost 5.5 years. Some cheap lithium batteries use grade B or even second-hand cells to keep the cost down, but not here. Adventure King's lithium iron phosphate batteries use brand new grade A prismatic cells. When these batteries are assembled, each individual cell is matched with others and then grouped. Then those cells are balanced, which means that these batteries always function at their best and ensure you have full capacity. Another major feature of these Adventure King's 120 amp hour lithium batteries is the high quality internal battery management system. This BMS for short takes care of the individual cells. It balances them while you're charging your battery. It prevents overcharge, over-discharge, over-temperature, and short circuits. A high-quality BMS is so important, and it's also incredibly important to match the BMS to the cells and the use of the battery. A good indicator of a high-quality BMS is to look for high current discharge and charge ratings. This battery is capable of charging and discharging constantly at up to 100 amps, and it can do a peak discharge of 160 amps of current. A high discharge current and a high peak discharge current are very important if you want to run things like inverters that need a lot of power when they turn on to fill the capacitors. If you're looking at a battery that has a much lower charge and discharge rate, they could be cost cutting by using a cheaper BMS. Lithium iron phosphate is a safe technology, unlike some other lithium chemistries, and Adventure King's lithium batteries are doubly safe. Not only are they sealed and safe to use in your vehicle, they've also passed a short circuit test, overcharge test, over temperature test, and a vibration test, so they're ready to be put to use. Some lithium batteries are extremely sensitive to hot and cold temperatures, and they can be damaged or destroyed by trying to use them. Adventure King's batteries though can be charged anywhere from 0 to 50 degrees Celsius and used or discharged anywhere from -20 right through to +60 degrees Celsius. They use threaded M8 terminals for high power output and easy connection. Measuring in at 330mm long by 162mm wide and 215mm tall, they fit perfectly in an Adventure King's battery box for a lightweight and powerful portable power station. And with 120 amp hours on tap, you could run a camping fridge for 5 or even 6 days. Or you can permanently install them in your vehicle for a next level, super powerful setup that barely weighs anything. And for that reason, they're perfect for your four-wheel drive, motorhome, caravan, or camper trailer, where you need to be concerned about GVM and GCM limits. So if you want a safe, lightweight, super powerful, and super long-lasting lithium battery for your next level setup, you can't beat an Adventure King's 120 amp hour lithium battery.
Introducing the incredible Adventure King's Premium Camp Oven Stove. Your new best mate for delicious barbecue or campfire cooking and warm, cozy fires whether you're at home in your backyard or at your favorite campsite. Let me show you all the things that I absolutely love about it, and I'm sure you're gonna love too. This amazing bit of gear has been designed right here in Australia, and it combines a camping stove and a portable barbecue into one. It can run off multiple fuel sources: wood, heat beads, charcoal, briquettes, and more. When it's time to cook up a feast, you can fit 2 large pots or pans on this huge flat cooktop surface that measures in at 520mm long by 300mm wide. That's enough space to cook up a feast for the entire family. And because it runs on wood or heat beads, you can leave the gas bottle behind, one less thing to pack. And when you want a beautiful roaring campfire, use the included hook tool to simply lift the 2-piece lid off completely and just add in some more firewood. The raised and closed design means you won't risk scorching your grass, your deck, or even your driveway. And you'll be able to use it for a beautiful warm fire at campsites that don't allow open ground fires. Plus, your fire would last longer because you're closer to the heat. Now that's cozy. The enclosed design means it's super efficient, and you can make the most of your fuel by directing the heat exactly where you want it. You can even adjust the temperature of your fire by varying the airflow. With these sliding vents on the side, a 2-piece removable lid on top, and an adjustable flue, you're always in control. Remove the entire lid for an open fire, or just this circular inner piece if you need extra heat for cooking, like searing steaks to finish them off. And this up here, now that is a real game changer. A chimney that extends over 2.4 meters off the ground to direct smoke away from your campsite for smoke-free campfires. You can even position the premium camp oven stove under your awning, your gazebo, or your shed for maximum warmth. And the angular offset chimney piece allows smoke to funnel away rather than getting trapped underneath. There's even a spark arrestor on top for good measure. There are so many more things to absolutely love about the King's Premium Camp Oven Stove. It's been designed to be super sturdy with these 4 large legs that extend the footprint a foot wider in both directions for excellent stability. The legs simply screw into the bottom like this, and you can remove the middle piece for a lower fire. This huge access door swings open with the included hook tool to allow you to easily refill the premium camp oven stove as required. Inside, you've got this fuel rack that keeps your wood or your charcoal up off the floor, maximising airflow and preventing wasted heat. It's a breeze to transport, set up and pack down too, with no tools required. Each of the 4 2-piece legs simply screw together and the chimney pieces pack into each other, with everything fitting into the main body of the premium camp oven stove for simple transport. Make sure you don't miss the incredible genuine cooking accessories available too, like a proper wood-fired meat smoker and a clever barbecue hot plate set to really take your camp cooking to the next level. And a stainless steel water boiler too. Whether I'm at home in my backyard or out camping with family, my mates, or even by myself, I absolutely love my Adventure King's Premium Camp Oven Stove. It's a portable fire pit, it's a wood or charcoal barbecue, and it's the centerpiece of every backyard get-together or camping adventure, and I know you're gonna love yours too.
Introducing the insane new Adventure King's 9-inch lethal LED driving lights. These things have an amazing combination of both spot and flood light. They have 21,840 lab-proven effective lumens per pair. That's over 2,000 more than the previous generation. Plus, they have huge light distance performance with 1 lux at over 1.3 kilometers. These are the LED driving lights that other lights wish they were. You asked and we listened. You said you wanted even more flood of light out of your LED driving lights to light up the sides of the road, the highway, and the tracks. We went back to the drawing board to redesign the lethal LED driving lights to produce exactly that. At the same time, we upgraded the lights to the ridiculously tough King's Laser Light die-cast aluminium housings and 3mm folded steel mounts. So not only are these some of the brightest LED driving lights we've ever sold, but they're also the toughest. How bright? Try a lab-proven 21,840 lumens per pair and 1 lux of 1,342 meters. That's real-world lumens too, not the theoretical lumens that some lights claim they produce. That's thanks to the genuine German-designed Osram LEDs for simply unparalleled light performance. We've also re-engineered the lethal lights with a new 5,185 Kelvin color temperature. That means they're just a little bit more on the softer, warmer side. Still a clear, crisp white light, but that little bit easier on the eyes when driving long distances. And of course, you get all the features and quality you'd expect from Adventure King's driving lights, like polycarbonate lenses, the same stuff riot shields and fighter jet canopies are made of, and an IP68 water and dustproof rating, meaning these lights are waterproof to a depth of 1 meter for an hour. Plus, for the first time ever, they're rated to IP69K. That means they can withstand high-pressure jets of hot water. That tough die-cast alloy housing features passive cooling fins and a waterproof breather for longevity, and they have the ability to run on both 12 and 24 volt, meaning they're suitable for everything from cars and four-wheel drives to trucks and machinery. Including the brackets, they measure 250mm high, 230mm wide, and 115mm deep. They have an attachment system that uses 2 8mm bolts on either side to positively lock them in place and prevent them from falling out of alignment. And of course, they use the same plug as all previous Adventure King's lights, which makes them an easy 10-minute upgrade. Just unplug your old lights, bolt the new ones on, plug them in, and you're ready to go. Add in a 2-year warranty and you've got a simply incredible set of lights that leave the competition looking a little underwhelming. The Adventure King's 9-inch lethal LED driving lights are the best value LED driving lights on the market. We've re-engineered them to be incredibly tough and incredibly bright. They'll turn night into day, and they're on sale right now for a price you have to see to believe.
You asked and we've listened. The incredible MT1 Go Anywhere camper trailer has just received an ATM upgrade to 2 tons. All new Adventure King's MT1 camper trailers will now come with the new upgraded 2-ton ATM. But don't worry if you already own an MT1, because a retrofit upgrade kit is available too. The MT1 is already an ultra tough trailer with a one-piece 150 by 50mm chassis that extends right from the drawbar all the way to the back of the trailer. Now it's even tougher with upgraded suspension, bearings, brakes and wheels to bring it up to a 2-ton ATM. The brakes are upgraded from 10-inch to 12-inch electric brakes. The alloy rims are now rated to 2-ton ATM. And an upgraded set of suspension arms also suit the upgraded ATM. And for existing owners, the retrofit upgrade is incredibly easy to do at home yourself. Everything just bolts onto the trailer with no modifications needed. That extra payload capacity means that you've got more ability than ever before to carry the gear that you need and still remain legal. For more information and full detailed specs on the MT1, see the 4-wheel drive Supacentre website. Now with a 2-ton ATM upgrade, the Adventure King's MT1 Go Anywhere camper trailer can carry more gear than ever before.